Hello, everyone. Hello. Happy Thursday. Okay, so my name is Christy Vest, and I'm a senior director, and I'm so excited to talk with you guys today. Thank you, Britton, for inviting me. So I think I'm on the right page. Every time I do this, I freak out that I'm on the wrong page. It's so easy, right, to get on the wrong page. So I'm just gonna hope that I'm on the book gallery. I think I am. Let me check my computer. Yeah, I am. Okay. So let me introduce myself just a little bit in case you don't know much about me or my story. I've been, oh yay, hi Britton. Okay, I'm on the right page, right? This is where you want me. Just making sure. So I've been with Usborne for 3 years now. Okay, good. Thank you. I've been with Usborne for 3 years now. I just had my 3-year anniversary in September. So I joined September of 2015. Joined just for the discount, which I think so many of us do. Didn't want to do this, full-time, whatever. I was hosting a party, decided to go ahead and join because why not get the commission? And kind of it turned into something way more than that. I live in Dallas, Texas. I have 3 kiddos. I have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old. And so I'm trying to think what else I should say about myself. I am orange, green, gold, all pretty close to each other. And then my blue is 8. Because you have to have 8, right? Like if it could be 0, it would be 0, but they don't let you do zeros. So I have 8 blue. Hey, hi, Crystal. And so that's a little bit about myself. And honestly, I do not feel like I have it all together. Y'all have an amazing upline. So I don't really feel like, to be honest, that I have too much to offer. And I know Britton's like, oh man, why did I invite her? But all that to say, the one thing that I think that I can do very well is my personal business. And I truly think that my success with my personal business is the whole reason that I'm a senior director with the company. Like, I think those go hand in hand. I don't think that you can be super successful and maintain that without having a rockin' personal business. And so when she asked if I could talk about booking and keeping your Megan and Kristen are your blue, I feel like you have to have some blues to balance you out. But I still struggle with trying to harness my blue energy. But so pretty much since I joined Usborne, I've always had, 2 parties a week. Like that's like non-negotiable. There are some months when I have more. I open up more party days or whatever it is, but pretty much always have 2 parties a week. And so I have 8 a month. Hi, Megan. And so my goal for this year is to hit HOC 2 every month. That's something that I haven't quite done yet. And so far so good. Our fiscal year starts in April. So I'm like, 7 months in? 8 months in maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But so there are 3 big things that I think in order to get bookings and to keep your calendar full, you have to do. Okay. And so I have a little list to keep me on track because I am so bad about just rambling and talking about all the things. And I'm going to stay on track. I'm going to do very good. Okay. So I also have a little bit of like ADHD going on, and so if I get distracted by the comments, just like somebody keep me in line. I need a gold to keep me on track here. Okay, so in order to book your calendar, I pretty much book from parties exclusively. I don't really rely on booking blitzes. I don't really rely on like going back through and messaging my friends. I pretty much, thank you, Britton, keep me online. That's a really cute little notebook. So I pretty much, when I have parties, I make sure that I book, 1 or 2 parties per party. And so I'm always booking. My business is always exploding. Okay, so that's mainly what my talk is going to be about, is how to book parties from parties, because I think that's our party model. That's how, our system works. So first and foremost, you have to ask, and you have to ask everyone. Okay, that seems so simple, right? Like asking. You can't book a party unless you ask. But I think there's more to that. Like if we break it down, not just asking, but how you ask, who you ask, when you ask. I am a big proponent in your parties that there is a good and natural time to ask to book a party, to like focus on the momentum that's going into it, to really harness and like get the best chance of getting them to book a party. If you wait, like, yes, there's so much to be said about customer care and follow-ups, but if the longer that you wait from the date of the party, the more excitement that you lose. So I'm a big proponent about asking and asking during the party itself. And so I think there's, to back up a little bit, like before you can ask people to book a party, yes, I have like a host party post on my event page. What am I trying to say? Yes, I have a post on my party where it's like, host a party, you know, but very rarely do I get people from that post. Where I get people to host parties for me is in the personal messages when I ask them. And so I think the biggest thing in your parties is, yes, asking, but even to take a step back from that, you have to get personal messages going. And so if you look at your parties, like this is something that I even have my team do, is like kind of like the scorecard. I know we've all probably seen the scorecard, but even taking it down a level from that is like, okay, how many people do you have in your party page? Obviously, hopefully you have at least 15 at minimum. If not, we really need to go back to hostess coaching. But, you know, say you have 15 people in your party. Okay, how many people do you have messages going with? If you only have messages going with 2 or 3 people, it's going to be a lot harder to have a successful party, to do follow-ups, to ask people to host, to do customer care later on, to turn into recruits. Like it all starts, yes, with how many people in your party, but even more than that, how many people that you have messages going with in your party. Because until you have the messages going and the personal relationships going, it's going to be a lot harder to do anything else. And so if that's something that you're seeing in your party, that you don't really have the personal messages going with a lot of people, I think that's the first thing that we need to dive into, is how to get personal messages going, which I know y'all are like, what? That has nothing to do with booking parties. But if you kind of break it down, I think you'll see that you'll have a lot more success in booking parties in the private messages after you've built the relationships. And so there's a few ways that you can book parties. Melody Stroud has shared in Leaders. She has a super cute graphic with like a secret word that she messages them out before the party. And then during the party, like the first person to see the secret word and say Usborne wins a prize. And the secret word she uses is pickle, which is so cute and so Melody. I love that. So that's a way that you can do it. Another way that I get messages going is when people tell me about their kids, instead of doing a lot like right there, where I tell them about their kids, how to get a secret word going, or how to get a message going. Is that what you're asking, Megan? Instead of telling them all about their kids right there and like giving them the wish list link and the pictures and all this stuff, what I do is I actually send it to them in a private message. And then I can reply to them on the page and be like, you know, hey, Susie, thanks so much for coming and telling us about little Johnny. I sent you a message with some book recommendations, but I don't think it's going through since we're not Facebook friends. Will you send me a message really quick? And I do my messenger link right there. And so instead of just like giving it to her the easy way, I make her actually message me. So that's the way that you can do it. There's a few other games that you can play where they have to like message you their answers. Like there's like a princess game, and I'm sure y'all are way more creative than I am. I'm not super creative, but yay. Okay, good. I'm glad that is a helpful hint. So pretty much everything that I do on the party page is to get messages going. I view the party page, whether you're doing an event or a group or whatever it is, I view that as just a vehicle to get the private messages going. I could care less if nobody participates on the party page if I have messages going with every single person, right? Because that's where I'm going to be building the relationship. Pretty much my entire party model is a relationship-based party model, okay? And so the party page itself, which is, I think that this is something that's really hard to teach people because they can't see it, right? Like I can invite them to my parties, but they're not going to be seeing what's going on behind the scenes. And so tip number 1 is asking, but not asking necessarily on the page, asking in private messages. Asking as soon as, you know, if somebody says that they're a junkie. Yes, the party page is just to create conversations. Yep. So if I get in a conversation with somebody back and forth and they say that they're a junkie, I'm going to go ahead and ask right then, oh, awesome, I love having junkies in my parties. Have you ever thought about hosting your own party so that you could share your love with the books with even more people? Like take advantage of that right then and like break it into the conversation. So that's the first thing that I do, is asking. I want, by the time that the party ends, I want to have asked every single person in my party. And the way that kind of like I do it, like kind of like a flow chart, if you will, Sometimes I bring up the ask before they order if it comes up like naturally in conversation, like if they're a junkie. If they're a newbie, I'm gonna wait further into the party because I want them to fall in love with the books. So I definitely ask everybody after they order. So the way that kind of like my flow chart works, they come to the party. If they order, then I go into hosting a party after I get their order. Obviously, I thank them for their order, and then I bring up, do you have any interest in hosting your own party and getting the rest of the books on your wish list for free? So that's a way that I bring it in. If I'm following up with them and they say no, a no is not a bad thing, right? The worst thing, hi Kara, hi Stacy, a no is not a bad thing. The worst case scenario is that they just ignore you. So I'm going to keep following up until I get a yes, I'm going to order, and then they order, or I get a no, I can't order right now. And you know what? That's okay. No, I can't order right now. That's when you can bring up, oh, I'm so sorry that I couldn't find a book that you loved, or that's usually how I bring it up. And then they'll usually say something like, oh, it's not that. It's just that I don't have enough money to purchase right now. Totally understand. How about we go ahead and get a date set up for you to host your own party, and you can get the rest of the books on your wish list for free. And then we set up the date to host. Yay, I'm so glad. I don't know what's genius. I don't know what when I said that's genius, but I'm glad that that helps. Okay, so number one is asking, and asking every single person. So like actually making a note, like if you have like a party notebook or whatever it is, making sure that you make a note when you ask them. And by the end of the party, make sure that you have asked every single person in your party. So that's number one. Number two, I feel like I'm like talking really fast. Yeah, isn't that funny? Because then I feel like then they can't be like, yeah, I didn't find a book. Because, okay, this is a total side note, but all of these people want to be at the party. So if they're not ordering, it's either A, they haven't had enough time, which I can give them more time. B, they haven't found a book that they love, which I can show them more books. I can find a book for them that they love. Or C, that they don't have enough money, which we can host. So either one of the, like, it doesn't matter what it is. The problem is I can help solve that for them. I just have to figure out what the problem is. Okay, that's a total side note. I get so excited. Okay. Number two, booking tip. So number one is ask everyone. Number two, booking tip. And this is the one that I actually think I see the most people struggle with on my team, at least. Maybe not with you guys, but on my team, number two is speaking into hesitations. So we're asking everybody. And there is going to be very few people that I ask if they want to book a party and they're just like, yes, I would love to, and we move forward with it. Like very few people. Maybe like once a month do I get somebody who just is like, yeah, let's do this. Most of the time what happens is that they have a hesitation about booking a party. And guess what? I get that because I had hesitations before booking my first Usborne party. I actually have never hosted another direct sales party for anybody, for any other direct sales, because I'm terrified of it, which is so dumb. I have so many Facebook friends now. Like I know my parties would probably be successful, but it's scary. It's scary to put myself out there. I have a huge fear of failure, just to be completely honest. Like I don't do something until like I'm pretty sure I'm going to be successful at it. So I have a fear of failure, and so I don't want to fail, right? I don't want to host a party and it be a flop. So when people have hesitations, I understand that because I had those hesitations. So most of the time when people have a hesitation about booking a party, it's either they're too busy, they don't have enough time, B, they don't have any friends, they don't have anybody to ask, they don't think anybody will come, or C, they don't want to be salesy and they don't want to bother their friends, which I get it. I get all of those things. I am busy. I'm worried it's going to be a flop, and I don't want my friends to be sales-like. And so I am confident in my ability to host a party. I'm confident that this party is going to be a blessing for them in their life. I am confident in our books and our hostess rewards and how quick and easy our party is to where I can speak into that hesitation that they have. So hopefully that makes sense. Sometimes people aren't like super upfront about their hesitation. Like if I'm like, hey, have you ever thought about hosting a party? They're not like, well, I have thought about it, but I'm not sure that I have enough time, so I'm not quite sure right now. Like that's not what they say. They might just say, no, not right now. And so then I can follow up with, completely understand. I know hosting a party can be a little bit scary. Can I ask what your main hesitation is? And so then we get into like the root issues of, well, I'm just really busy right now. Or I just don't think I have any friends. There are some people that are just flat out like, I don't want to host a party. And that's fine. If they flat out are just like, no, I don't want to do it. Okay, like that's actually a no. But most of the time when somebody says no, it's not really a no. It's just like I'm not really sure and I want you to talk me into it is really what they're saying. They just don't know that they're saying that. And so number two, which I think is the biggest reason, is speaking into the hesitations that they have, because they will have hesitations. But if you have that booking mindset, if you go into it knowing this is an amazing opportunity, I can bless you, not only you, I can bless your kids, I can bless your friends, it will be worth it. I think that you'll be able to speak into those hesitations a little bit better. And think about your own hesitations and fears that you had before you hosted your own party. Or maybe you had some hostesses that were a little worried or a little fearful before, and then afterwards you were really thankful that they did it. So keep those in mind if you are still struggling with those. And then number 3, which is another big whopper, especially on my team. What do you say to address those typical hesitations head on? So again, I'm pretty orange. So for me, I do a lot of like personal, just like kind of wing it. I don't necessarily have like a set script that I use the same one every single time, which I think is another reason why I can be so successful, because I get to know them specifically and their specific hesitation before I start addressing it. So I bet y'all have some booking like scripts. I feel like Sarah, I do have a hard time when they said I would, but I don't have enough friends. And then I do start doubting that their party would be good, because if they are saying up front, maybe they will not try to invite enough people. So I think most people, when they think about like the friends that they have, they think about their immediate friends. Like I can sit here and say, I don't feel like I have very many friends. I don't think I have anybody that would want to come to a party. And that is true if it was an in-person party. But I think people don't realize Facebook parties in general, how easy it is, right? What I have found that about half of my friends have kids somewhere in their life. And so you can ask them that, like, how many Facebook friends do you have? Because what I have found is that about half my friends have kids somewhere in their lives, not only their own kids, but they might be an aunt, they might be an uncle, they might be a grandparent, they might be a teacher, they might have friends with kids, like whatever it is. So how many Facebook friends do you have? If they only have like 50 Facebook friends, it might be hard, but very few people have only 50 Facebook friends. Like the vast majority of people have 150 or more. 150 is kind of my cutoff of like, I can make this into a successful party. But keep in mind that even if okay, we can get every party to have 15 yeses, but even if there's only a few people there, that those people could be your next hostesses, your next consultants. Like there is never a waste of like a person or a potential customer, you know? So keep that in mind too. Okay, then number 3, biggest tip that I can give you is booking soon. Booking soon is so important. And literally I can sit here and tell you that one of the reasons that I have been successful in this business is because I am so intentional with my calendar. I am so intentional with my calendar. From the day that I joined, I have always had 2 parties every single Thursday. I pretty much never miss a Thursday unless it's planned. Like, you know, when I was in Disney World, I didn't have parties on Thursday, but pretty much every month I have parties every single Thursday, and I have 2 every single Thursday. So it's never an issue of like, oh man, I just don't have any parties booked this week. I guess I'm just not gonna have any parties this week. I am so uber intentional that every single Thursday, every single party opening that I have gets booked. And so I start, and I think this is important for two different reasons. One, because I always have parties on Thursdays. Now, I'm not saying that Thursday is like an amazing party day and everybody should have their parties on Thursday. I don't think that matters, like your party day, but I do think it's important to have a party day. I do think it's important to be intentional with your calendar. So like for me, because I've had 2 parties every Thursday night for the past 3 years, my husband knows what's coming every Thursday night. My kids know what's coming every Thursday night. And I can tell you, my personal parties are so routine now. I mean, it's automated, systematic. I mean, I can tell you every single day of the week what I should be doing with my parties. I don't even have to think twice about it, because every single day of the week has a job, and it's had a job for 3 years now. So it is not even like something I have to think about. And especially as your team starts growing, I think that's something really important and valuable to have for just an automated personal business. So when I get to Thursday, so like for today, I'm starting my hostesses for next Thursday. I start a week out. If I'm looking at my calendar and I don't have 2 parties for next Thursday, in my mind, I'm not like, oh man, I guess I didn't get it booked, like darn. No. Okay, if I don't have 2 parties for next Thursday, guess what? I am messaging everybody until I have 2 for next Thursday. I never miss a Thursday. Ever. It's just not a thing. Like there is not a single Thursday in my 3 years that I have not had 2 parties every Thursday. I'm also pretty I wouldn't say I'm like strict with my hostesses, but I don't really allow them to reschedule. I don't really allow cancellations. I mean, if they're like in the hospital, okay, but like for the most part, people are like, oh, I'm just so busy. This is such a busy time of year. Can we reschedule? Well, guess what? Like life is busy. It's not going to be any less busy when you want to reschedule for like a month down the road. It's still going to be busy. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to make it super fast and easy for you. Don't even worry, you know? And so that's kind of what I do with my calendar. I'm intentional. So booking soon, knowing which days you want to party and making sure that they are filled, I think is super important with booking your calendar. Another piece of this is speaking into the hesitation. It is a hesitation. When you ask somebody to book a party and they're like, sure, you know, maybe December 5th. Okay, that is a hesitation. They are saying, yeah, let's do it December 5th because for whatever reason, they think that that's going to be the best party. Whether it's because they think they're going to be less busy then, or they think people are going to be shopping for Christmas books then, whatever it is, in their mind, I truly think that people pick that day because they think it's going to give them the best party. Well, guess what? It's my job to tell them, you know what, now is actually the best time. And there's a few reasons why now is the best time. One, you have excitement, you have energy. Two, this is so easy. Being a hostess is so easy. I promise no matter what you have going on next week, we can do it. We can make it work. Like, let's go ahead and act on it. And three, if we wait into December, we're not going to have any Christmas books left. I mean, we might have some, but they don't need to know that. You know, all of our Christmas books are going to be sold out. People have already started Christmas shopping. You guys, I'm doing my follow-ups with my customers and half of them are like, oh, I'm sure I love the books, but I put them away for Christmas presents. People are buying Christmas presents now. If we wait until December, you're gonna have missed so many potential customers because they've already bought all their Christmas presents from all the smart people that had their parties in November. And so, I mean, that's just obviously something specific to people booking now, but I think every stage, every month, people think, okay, well, I'll book in a few months because it's gonna be better, like whatever it is. In their mind, they think it's better. And so it's our job to show them why now is actually better. Speaking of that hesitation, if you already have parties for December and you have openings in November on your calendar, that's huge red flags that you're not being intentional enough with your calendar and filling your next available date. I think some people get the mindset of like, well, I just want to get a booking. I'm afraid if I like speak back at all that they'll cancel. So I would rather get a booking even if it's like for 4 weeks away. But really, when you're doing that, you're really hurting your calendar. And you're really hurting your business because a party in 4 weeks does nothing to grow your business. It does nothing to grow your calendar. If I have that same party next week and I get two bookings from that one for the next week and I get 2 bookings from each of those for the next week, that one party has now turned into like, 8 or 16 parties for the month of November. And if I book it for 4 weeks out, it's nothing. So I hear a lot of people that are like, oh, well, I just don't have any parties, you know, whatever it is. Well, get one party and get it soon, make it successful, get 2 parties from that one, book them soon, make them successful. And now you have a calendar again. Now you have a business again. It only takes one party. And I think all of us have had a point in our business to where we don't have full calendars. We are struggling to get bookings. And so we get super, uber intentional with the parties that we have. We schedule them for as soon as we can. We make them successful. And then we get more parties. And we book those for as soon as we can. And so anyways, I think now I'm just rambling. So I'm going to wrap it up. Those are my 3 big things. Hopefully y'all followed my crazy line of thinking here. But so the 3 big booking tips: 1, ask everyone in personal messages during the party. Don't wait until after, during the party. 2, speak into the hesitations that they have. They will have hesitations. Be confident in what we offer and in what they can get from being a hostess. And then number 3, book soon. Know what dates you want to have parties and book them. Book them for the first available dates that you have. Okay? Yay! I hope that was helpful, Britton. I hope that's what you wanted. I always get worried when I do these that I'm like totally flopped or something. But hopefully y'all got some little nuggets that you can tuck away and you can, you know, start working with them in your business. So I hope you guys have a great Thursday. Bye.